Welcome to GBG Gaming, the good, the bad, and the game. I'm your host, Player One.
Don't you mean Player 2?
No, you.
Anyways, today we'll be looking at this year's hot game, Valorant.
Valorant is an online multiplayer, first-person shooter released by Riot Games, so that means it's free.
So, it's a review of a free game. That's the end of the review. It's free. Done deal. Go get it, guys.
Hold on, that's not just it. Let's talk a little bit about the modes first. So, Valorant provides multiple modes of play. First, unrated is the standard unranked mode. You get to choose from a set of agents. So far they have 11, and you make 2 teams of 5. And as a player, you're starting with pistols and abilities particular to each character, and an ultimate ability you get to charge up throughout the game.
See, the game also incorporates a unique economic system. Players can earn money based on their plays and achievements throughout the game, such as wins or losses, killing, planting, or defusing. Various classes of guns can be purchased, including sidearms, submachine guns, shotguns, machine guns, assault rifles, and sniper rifles.
I like that one.
Which one?
The machine guns.
The machine guns, yes, you are an Ares fan. I've definitely noticed that.
Typical gamer grill.
One day we'll get you sat maybe onto the Vandal or something, you know, get you a bit more clicking on those heads rather than spraying and playing. Spraying and
Can spray and play. So the way the game works is that the attacking team starts with one spike, the bomb, that must be taken to the specific sites on the map, such as A, B, and some of them have C. The attacking team wins if they protect the spike until it detonates, or if you annihilate all of your opposing team.
For the defending team to win, they need to prevent the spike from being planted, defuse it if it is planted, or eliminate all of the attacking team and still defuse if the plant was initiated.
There can be up to 25 rounds, and the first to win 13 rounds wins the game.
So, you know, in that sense, it's very strategic. You can see that it's going to be a competitive shooter. But we'll talk about that in a second.
Then we have Spike Rush, which works by the best of 7 rounds. The first team to win the 4 rounds wins. And the rules of winning are the same as unrated, but unlike unrated, each player is starting with all of their abilities, except for their ultimate, which compared to the standard games is recharging twice as quick.
Also, all players on the attacking team carry a spike. However, only one can be used each round. So this means that someone who's playing by themselves, the one person going to the other site can plant and screw the rest of the team, or the rest of the team can plant and the one other person will be out of position. These are common things that happen in Spike Rush simply for it's a very casual, laid-back, who cares mode, right? So another thing that happens in Spike Rush that you don't see in unrated is there are orbs that appear all around the map. And they have various effects that inhibit the other team or buff your team, such as increased damage, speed, and health. The one that I hate the most, the one that gets me, is paranoia. You know, just the vision goes dark. You hear noises all around your headset. It's like, you do get used to it, but at first it's like, stuff this, man. You know? Did you feel the same?
Yeah. Mine is Golden Gun though. One click shot gone. Oh no.
What? So you can't aim?
Spray and pray, baby. Then we have the competitive mode, which works the same as the standard unrated games. The only difference is that in the unrated games, when you're at that 12-12, the next point wins you the game.
Yeah, see, this is the good or the bad thing about competitive. Not only is it a competitive mode, so a lot of people sweat more, but like if you do get to that 12-12 scenario, the teams will switch between attacking and defending until one team leads by 2 to win. So this could mean the game can go on for a long time, you know, and it can get not stale, but you just get sweatier and sweatier, right? Anyways, after every 5 games, ranks are assigned to players, starting from Iron going all the way up to Radiant.
Then we have the newest game mode, Deathmatch, a free-for-all match with 10 players, a bloodbath for 6 minutes.
Players will appear as a random agent they have unlocked in random locations on the map, with all abilities disabled but all weapons are free. And the first person to get 30 kills wins the round. To distinguish where a player could be on the map, there's a red halo that appears on the minimap inside your game. Keep an eye out for this if you're trying to be sneaky, but mind you, other players probably know this too and can see you.
After having played Valorant for a little while, at first I thought the art style looked a bit too basic, but I've come to really like the simple style. I mean, I guess I don't need to see every hair in Broom's beard. Overall, I've really thought that it's a great art style, the characters look really nice, and the maps look great.
Definitely, like there's always that realistic concept of like say CS:GO or COD, but like for what Valorant is trying to achieve as a competitive esports, the art style is actually quite nice. I love the Overwatch themed cartoon style animations in particular. They add explosion, excitement to a competitive game.
Then Valorant has some amazing weapon skins, and the effects they give look awesome. Like the dragon skins and the galaxy gun, I just go into the store and I turn them and they look awesome.
In my honest opinion, because I'm more of a competitive player, default skins that don't really affect me. However, it is very nice to have skins to personalize your game. Like, if I was to choose a skin, I would definitely pick the Prime set. Like, lovely. Anyways, the only downfall is that the skins are not tradable like in CS:GO, so they don't have any monetary value. You can't get your money back from them. Some would say this is a good thing because then there's no market inflation, etc. But, that's my only opinion.
Then there's the ability and the ultimates, and they have such great effects. There's Viper's ult with her big acid cloud. While it is so annoying on the opposite team to go through, it looks amazing. Her acid wall and Phoenix's fires and Killjoy's grenade, they have amazing visuals.
See, you talk about the visuals are amazing, but Viper is a pain. Like it looks great, but really she's in desperate need of some fixing. But in talking about ults and effects, the Valorant give it a colourful and vibrant viewing experience, most definitely. Particularly like Razor's rocket.
You like that?
Because it's just it's an explosion of colour.
Her bombs are nice, yeah. It's like running through the what's the paint race? The colour run.
The colour run.
Yeah, it looks like you're about to run through the colour run. Then we have some of the voice lines in Valorant, and some of them are really interesting and give a little bit about the background of the character, but some are so cringy. And they're also kind of limited and a little bit repetitive as you load into the game. German efficiency, haha!
Personally, I think the voice lines have a cool vibe, such as Phoenix's high tactic speech, but I can definitely understand there'd be lines that you're just like, shush, please.
Especially when you kill your copy, it just rubs the salt into the wound, my god.
Yeah, definitely.
So enough about the art style, we get it, it looks fantastic.
Let's talk about some controls and gameplay, right? So they're fairly standard to FPS games. Mechanics in particular, they resemble that of CS:GO, not necessarily too much of Overwatch, which take a fair amount of time to master.
I'm fairly new to FPS games, and adapting to the recoil control of the guns was really difficult, but the Valorant provides a shooting range, so it was quick to understand and get an idea of what I should be doing, pulling the mouse down to control that recoil. The controls were quite simple and were similar to a lot of games I played previously, but the mechanics of this game took a little while to learn for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Even I've been playing for a long time and I'm definitely no master at this sort of game mechanics. I'm definitely more point and click, hit scan, which Valorant is, but I mean where there's no recoil, the gun, they sort it out for you, stuff like this.
Valorant provides a lot of different characters and they're really diverse, but they don't really provide much about the backstories other than the small info on the character selection page, so I think a little bit more of a story in there would let me invest in the characters a bit more. In terms of the characters for the gameplay of Valorant, I really like how the abilities they have are really nice and diverse. And some characters, the way you play them strategically complements other players. Some of the characters are a bit easier to use than others. Like I found Jett. I've learned her a little bit quicker, planting her smoke orbs, dashing when I'm in danger, and her ult is pretty simple. Click, throw your knives. But like Reyna, I found her quite hard, having to put myself in the right position, throw the leers out and time that, and also try to work with my team as she is quite a selfish player.
It's funny you mentioned Jett as an easy character to learn. I don't think she's considered easy at all. Quite complicated, but if it comes across that way to you, that's fair enough. I do agree. The abilities and ultimates, stuff like this, definitely give the game more depth and more strategy. As it's not as, they are considered utility, but they're not as widely available to each character or each player, such as in CS:GO. In terms of backstory, yeah, characters having like a reason to be there is very nice. I love this aspect from Overwatch, the fact there was some history. They are very limited in this game. I don't know if that will change. I do hope it does, because it'll give the world and the reason and everything else existence per se. Or characters are nice as they give the game a bit of depth, but in terms of a competitive shooter, this adds another level of game sense, as there is a new skill required, rather than accuracy and reaction time. Knowing how to handle characters with different abilities as opponents also is a big factor. Ultimates give a similar concept to that of Overwatch, and this can be seen as a good or a bad thing. People, particularly from the CSGO side, think that Sova's wall hacks are really strong, and some say, well, if everyone's OP, everyone's OP. However, focusing on the positives allows very unique strategies and plays to be had. No, not you, Raze.
The multiplayer aspect of Valorant is huge. It's such a cooperative game where teamwork wins it or loses it, and certain characters make other characters stronger. So you can use that synergistic effect to enhance your team. But also in the community, we've seen a couple toxic people, or commonly some AFK players while we're playing.
Usually the toxicity with games these days is pretty standard across most games. I wouldn't say it's as toxic as, say, Search and Destroy in COD, but we can talk about that in a future video. Being a team-based competitive game, multiplayer goes hand in hand with it, obviously. Definitely giving it that Overwatch style. There are more opportunities to be that single solo clutch if you want to sort of do your own thing, although it is not designed that way. It can definitely end up punishing those selfish players.
I've also noticed that Riot is having frequent updates of this game, with nerfs and buffs of characters and the guns to really balance out the play.
Yeah, usually this is a standard thing across like multiplayer games, very much so with competitive esports games. So, at the end of the day, everyone's going to hate it when their main gets nerfed and love it when their character gets buffed. Overall, I see this as a good thing, developers caring about their game, caring about what the community sees and hears and feels, and they're trying their best to balance the metas. It just shows that they care about the player experience and their own game.
One thing I really appreciate about Valorant is the multiple game modes that it provides. So unrated is, I find, a really great way to play without the pressure, the sweatiness of competitive. But competitive's there if you want that fun and intense mode. But there's also the unrated...
Anyways, keep going.
Also, unrated games can go for about 30-40 minutes, so Spike Rush is there for a great 10-minute game. And if you're not in the mood for working with a team, there's the new deathmatch mode. Every man for himself is perfect. There's lots of modes for whatever mood you're in.
Yeah, no, I agree. When Valorant first started off and there was just like unrated and Spike Rush, yeah, it was good. It was good fun because it's a new game getting into it, but it definitely gets stale. Having that deathmatch mode to warm up, particularly, or just to mess around, practice different weapons, is perfect. Now, in terms of cost, well, as I mentioned right at the beginning, it's a free-to-play game. What more is there to want from that? That's great.
That is perfect. And there's even 2 free character tickets that are quickly gotten at the start of the game, and other characters can be unlocked just by playing the game, and it doesn't take too long, and it's something to work towards that I really like.
That is true, like the whole concept of a lock behind a paywall as an expansion pack. Sure, I might expect this of some other games that are free, but the fact that they allow you to either buy it if you really want it, gives them money, or if you're not that easy on the wallet, you unlock it by playing their game, which if you're playing it, you're playing it, you know what I mean? You're going to enjoy that.
You get to let those moths keep living in your wallet.
Yes, I'm very poor. I'm very poor. Anyways, Oh,
While the game is free, there are still some in-game costs. There's the weapon skins, and they're a little bit pricey, $50 for a knife skin, even though they do look amazing. But the weapon skins aren't necessary for the game, it's just good aesthetic. It doesn't add any advantage.
Yeah, no, pay to win is garbage. I love this approach by Riot Games, that there's none of this pay to win tactic. They also offer a free game and get supported by the aesthetics, even though they do cost an arm and a leg.
Another thing that can be bought in-game Valorant is the Battle Pass, and it's only $15 AU, which is fairly cheap. And it comes with a lot of extras, like the seasonal gun skins, gun buddies, sprays, player cards, player titles, and even Radiant points.
Also, don't forget, Valorant even has a free path of the Battle Pass, as well as the premium where you can still get goodies, just minus a few extras.
You feel a sense of achievement as you're working through the Battle Pass. You want to complete it. Like it's like a campaign.
No, I don't feel that.
You don't? Because you like, oh, I gotta finish my Battle Pass.
Yeah, because it's more like you've not to complete, it's more to I've put the money in, give me my skins.
It makes you want to play then. Overall, even being new to FPS games, I've found Valorant really enjoyable. It's graphically beautiful, has a lot of fun game modes, and I've enjoyed the cooperative aspect with great teams most of the time.
Well, from someone who has played a lot of FPS games, I see Valorant as having a lot of good aspects from other games, such as the simple but elegant art style of Overwatch, whilst having the strategic playstyle and mechanics of CSGO and Rainbow Six Siege. As a competitive shooter, this is quite ideal for me.
Thank you for joining us on The Good, The Bad, and The Game. If you like this Gamecast, please like and subscribe for more to come.
And share your thoughts in the comment section below. We'd love to hear what skins you bought, what you thought. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Let us know.